The boutique on Rodeo Drive was a cathedral of wealth. Crystal vases, rare orchids, air thick with rose oil. Olivia Hayes, a soft-spoken young woman with braided hair and a cream dress, stepped in carrying a small bouquet like an offering.
Hi, I'm hoping you sell Juliet roses. I need just one. I brought my bouquet for reference.
Pamela Sterling, tall and thin, in a beige apron, took the bouquet between two fingers as if it were a dead mouse.
This is your sample. It looks like something from a grocery store. Are those garden roses? Honestly, this is an insult to the space. It's Walmart. Walmart trash.
She opened the bin with her foot and dropped the bouquet. Petals scattered, the eucalyptus crushed.
Don't cry. Not here. Not in front of her.
As Olivia turned, a yellow badge on her lapel caught the light, Liaison, House of Grimaldi, and a tiny royal crest. She walked out without a word, head high. The door chimed behind her.
Some people have no business walking through these doors.
Inside her car, 2 blocks from the boutique, Olivia gripped the steering wheel and let the tears come.
Not now. Not on this day. You have to hold it together.
She wiped her face with the back of her hand, straightened her back, and drove toward Inglewood. Her warehouse studio smelled of eucalyptus and damp earth. Rosa looked up from a tablet the moment Olivia walked in.
Olivia? What happened? Your eyes are all red.
It's nothing. A florist in Beverly Hills had her fun with my bouquet.
Wait, you went to Pamela Sterling's place? She's the worst. Forget her. Today is huge.
You are right. The press conference in Monaco is in a few hours. That's all that matters. 5 years of work, hidden. Today, the secret ends.
Exactly. And after today, nobody will ever treat your work like trash again.
Before leaving, Olivia stepped to the studio's back door and called Marcus. Her voice was smaller than she wanted.
Marcus, a woman threw my bouquet in the trash today. In front of everyone.
She what? Who? No, don't tell me yet. Just come home. I am here.
20 minutes later, Marcus opened the door and caught her before she could speak.
She called your work Walmart trash. That woman had no idea what she held in her hands.
What if the announcement flops? What if they laugh at me too?
Today, the world sees what I've always seen. And if they don't, the other plan is locked and loaded.
The other plan. Can I really go through with it?
He guided her to the sofa. The television was already on, a countdown clock ticking over the royal crest of Monaco.
Wait with me. Let the announcement tell you who you are.
The countdown disappeared, and the screen filled with the Palace of Monaco, white marble, golden flags snapping in the sea breeze. A royal spokesperson stepped forward, his voice steady. The Grimaldi family is honored to announce the wedding of the season this spring. The lead floral designer, a visionary who has redefined palace elegance, is Olivia Hayes of California.
He said my name. They said my name.
Across the bottom of the screen, a breaking news banner scrolled. Lead floral designer, Olivia Hayes.
Look at that. Now, the whole world knows what I've always seen.
Olivia's hand flew to her mouth. Tears rolled down her cheeks, catching the television's glow.
She threw your bouquet in the trash today. By tonight, everyone will be asking for it.
It's real. After hiding for 5 years, it's real.
Marcus pressed a kiss to her forehead and held her tighter as the press conference questions began. 2 miles away, in her boutique, Pamela Sterling's phone buzzed with a breaking news alert. She opened the article. Her eyes froze on a name, Olivia Hayes, lead floral designer.
Olivia Hayes, the girl with the sad bouquet, the one I threw out.
A customer asked if she was feeling well. Pamela waved her off, eyes still glued to the screen.
She's not a nobody. She's the royal florist. I humiliated her.
Her fingers trembled as she scrolled to Olivia's contact and hit call. The call went straight to voicemail. She tried 3 times, each ring feeling like a door slamming shut.
Why would she answer? I threw her work away, like it meant nothing.
Pamela's gaze drifted to the bin where the bouquet had fallen. petals still visible at the bottom.
The entire floral world will know. I humiliated the one person who could have cemented my reputation.
An hour later, Olivia walked back into her warehouse studio. Her phone screen was lit with 6 missed calls, all Pamela Sterling. She tapped each voicemail and hit delete without listening, then placed the phone face down on her work table.
Let her stew. Her guilt is louder than any excuse she can muster.
Rosa burst through the door, her tablet clutched to her chest, eyes sparkling.
Olivia, you are everywhere. The internet is losing its mind.
Let it trend. The right people will see it.
But aren't you thrilled? This is everything we worked for.
It is. But we've been planning more than just today. It's time to move to the next phase. The next phase will change the landscape, and Pamela will never see it coming.
Rosa nodded slowly, a fire of curiosity in her eyes. The warehouse hummed with a new quiet power. The next morning, Olivia and Rosa walked into the LA Flower Mart, a cathedral of stems and petals at dawn. A seasoned vendor spotted her and shouted, "Olivia Hayes, the royal designer herself."
I need to talk about a long-term contract. A lot more volume than before.
The vendor's eyes lit up, and he pulled out a fresh order form.
Wait, this quantity? That's triple what we've ever ordered.
We're scaling up, Rosa. The royal wedding is just the beginning.
Olivia and the vendor shook hands, and a deal was scribbled onto the form.
Something is happening. Something she's not telling me yet.
I'll call you with the delivery schedule. Thank you, Hector.
Rosa gave Olivia a long look, but Olivia just smiled, slipping the contract into her bag. Pamela shut her boutique early, locked the door, and dialed the Palace of Monaco. She was put on hold for 18 minutes. A junior assistant finally answered, then laughed. "Madame, the florist is already appointed. We do not accept solicitations."
They think I am a nobody. Me, after a decade on Rodeo Drive.
2 ladies passed her window. One whispered, "That's her. The one who trashed Olivia Hayes's bouquet."
It's spreading. The gossip is already in the street.
She opened Instagram and typed a defensive post. Within minutes, the comments turned vicious.
I am being trolled. They're calling me a bully. This is a disaster.
Her email pinged. A bride with a 6-figure wedding withdrew her contract. "We can't associate with negativity." Pamela slumped into her chair. The boutique was silent, her empire suddenly hollow.
One morning, one moment of spite. And now everything I built is slipping through my fingers.
In a quiet Beverly Hills cafe, Olivia sat across from 3 designers who had built Pamela Sterling's reputation.
I've followed your work for years. You deserve a space where your talent is respected, not smothered.
The lead designer, a woman with tired eyes and calloused hands, leaned forward. She didn't need to be sold.
I am launching a new venture. It's big, it's permanent, and I want all 3 of you to lead it with me.
Better pay, full creative control, a contract that promised what Pamela never gave.
You don't have to answer now, but I need people I can trust, and I trust your work.
One designer broke the silence, voice thick. Years of belittling, of watching Pamela steal credit, poured out.
They're already decided. Her cruelty did my recruiting for me.
Pens scratched. 3 signatures hit the paper in quick succession. A new team was born.
Welcome to the team. You start in 2 weeks, and you won't regret this.
The next morning, Pamela's 3 lead designers walked into the boutique with white envelopes. Pamela's smile vanished.
What is this? You are not all quitting at once. That's impossible.
The lead designer set her envelope down. "We've accepted positions with a new venture. We're done here."
Where? Who hired you? I'll double whatever they're paying.
Another designer spoke coldly without turning. "You made us replaceable. That was your mistake."
I made you. Every arrangement you know, you learned from me.
The door chimed as they left. Pamela grabbed a glass vase and hurled it at the wall. Shards rained onto the marble floor.
They really walked out. The 3 people who actually ran this place.
She stared at the empty workstations. Ribbons left mid-loop, stems wilting on the bench. Her empire was silent.
This isn't over. Someone is behind this, and I will find out who.
Olivia unrolled architectural blueprints on the studio table. Marcus stood behind her, a silent pillar. Rosa hurried in, her eyes wide with curiosity.
This is the other plan. The one I couldn't speak about until now.
We bought the entire building on Camden Drive 6 months ago through the holding company.
Camden Drive? That's where Pamela has her boutique. The one she rents.
The building has 3 units. One is hers. One is vacant 2 doors down. We're taking the vacant one, and her lease expires next month. She won't be offered a renewal.
She's her landlord. Olivia is the one who decides her fate.
The new designers start on Tuesday, the same day our flagship boutique opens 2 doors down from hers.
She trashed your Bouquet in front of the world. Now, the world will watch her lose everything.
Rosa touched the red X over Pamela's unit on the blueprint. Next door, a new logo was penciled in. Olivia Hayes Floral, at a mahogany desk in a Beverly Hills law office. Olivia signed the lease with a deliberate, unhurried flourish. By the next morning, construction crews were already inside the vacant storefront, painting, installing track lights, and hanging shelves. A massive canvas banner unfurled above the door. Olivia Hayes Floral, coming soon, in elegant gold-lettered script. Pamela stepped out of her boutique, drawn by the hammering. She squinted at the banner 2 doors down.
Olivia Hayes. Why is that name familiar? I've seen it somewhere. Probably just some wannabe florist trying to ride the luxury wave. Nothing to worry about.
She went back inside, muttering about the noise. Her own boutique felt colder and emptier than ever. But on her phone, a news alert still sat unread at the bottom of the screen. The name she'd just seen stared back at her. Outside, the sun set behind Olivia Hayes Floral, casting a long shadow across Pamela's door. Inside the raw, sun-drenched space, Olivia stood with a clipboard, the scent of fresh paint in the air. The front door swung open. Pamela stood in the doorway, breathless, her face a mask of fury and recognition.
You. It was you I threw out. And now you are opening a shop right on my street.
Good morning, Pamela. I saw the vacancy and needed a flagship. Is there a problem?
A problem? You are a threat, dressed in cream and jasmine. I'll bury you. I've been here a decade.
Olivia stepped past her onto the sidewalk, calm as the morning light.
This street can handle 2 florists, unless you are afraid the better one already moved in.
I have my lease, my clients. You can't just take everything I've built.
Olivia simply smiled, a smile that held a secret colder than the air. She offered nothing further.
That smile. She knows something, and I can't figure out what.
2 days later, a certified envelope landed on Pamela's counter. She signed for it with a scowl, expecting bad news. She tore it open, scanning the formal language. The letter read, "Your lease will not be renewed. Vacate within 30 days." Her hands shook as she dialed the number listed. A receptionist answered in a calm, practiced voice. Hayes Holdings.
Hayes, as in Olivia Hayes, Marcus, the husband. Her blood went cold.
She screamed into the receiver. "I've been here 10 years. You can't just..." The line went dead. The eviction notice fluttered from her hand and landed face up on the marble floor beside the bin where the bouquet had fallen. She stared at the bin, at the dried petals, at the lease notice. All evidence of her miscalculation. Pamela didn't cry. She slid down against the counter, knees drawn up, in the dark of her empty shop.
He's her husband. They planned this from the start.
Outside, the construction noise from the new boutique stopped. The silence was absolute. Tuesday morning, Camden Drive was a living garden. A red ribbon stretched across the boutique entrance, and the pavement was thick with reporters, influencers, and floral elite. Olivia stepped forward, her white lace dress catching the sun. Marcus stood beside her, and Rosa held the scissors with a grin. The scissors snapped shut. The ribbon fell. Cameras exploded in a storm of flashes, and the door swung open to a wave of applause.
We're at full capacity inside. The line goes all the way to Rodeo Drive.
Inside, the boutique was a cathedral of blooms, living walls of garden roses, a cloud of white orchids overhead, and every surface a living arrangement. In the center, under a glass case on a pedestal, lay the original hand-tied bouquet, the one that had been thrown away. A small brass plaque beneath it.
She tried to bury your work. Now it's the crown jewel of your empire.
It's not about revenge. It's about showing what I could always do.
You've shown them, Liv. Every arrangement in here says the same thing. Olivia Hayes doesn't need to shout.
After that morning in her shop, I never imagined this, but here we are.
Across Camden Drive, Pamela Sterling's shop sat in shadow. The lease notice was taped to the glass like a scarlet letter. Inside, she moved between empty shelves, boxing the last of a decade. The only flower left was a wilting garden rose. She climbed a ladder and unhooked the sign outside Pamela's Flowers, letting it clatter to the sidewalk. Through the window, she watched the crowd outside Olivia Hayes' Floral. Cameras still flashed. Laughter carried across the asphalt.
That was supposed to be me. I was the one on this street.
A woman she'd known for years walked past, arm in arm with a friend, heading straight for Olivia's door. She didn't even glance at Pamela's shop. She turned back to the lease notice, her finger tracing the embossed words, "Lease not renewed." She hefted the final box, her leather appointment book, a bronze award, a framed photo from her first opening day. Her eye caught the metal bin in the corner. A single dried petal still clung to the rim. She stepped out onto Camden Drive, the box heavy in her arms, and did not look back. But on the sidewalk, she stopped. Her knuckles whitened on the box. Then she set it down, turned and pushed through the crowd into Olivia Hayes' Floral. The boutique fell silent, cameras lowered. 100 eyes followed the woman in jeans, her face bare of makeup and arrogance.
Olivia, I was wrong. That morning I was cruel, and I am sorry. Please, let me partner with you.
I appreciate that, Pamela, but no.
Olivia stepped to the glass case and lifted the lid. She took out the exact bouquet, garden roses, eucalyptus, still perfect from the day it was designed.
You called this Walmart trash. This bouquet is about to design the royal wedding of the decade. I didn't need your shop or your validation. I just needed a Juliet rose, and you couldn't even give me that.
An audible murmur rippled through the crowd. Phones stayed down. No one dared break the quiet. Pamela opened her mouth, but no sound came. Her eyes filled. She reached for the bouquet, but Olivia's hand didn't move. Pamela turned and walked out into the California sun, leaving nothing behind but a drying tear on the marble. A week after the opening, Olivia Hayes' Floral had a permanent line before the doors unlocked each morning. Rosa now wore a manager's badge and barked cheerful orders, her tablet a permanent extension of her arm. In the back studio, Olivia wove a 15-foot arch of white orchids for the royal chapel, her hands steady. Marcus pushed through the back door with bags of Thai food, pausing to watch her on the ladder.
The royal florist needs to eat. You've been at this since sunrise.
Just 5 more gardenias. They have to be perfect for the altar.
A national magazine hit newsstands with Olivia on the cover. The headline, "From Inglewood to Royalty." Her Instagram following tripled overnight. Brides traveled from 3 states to see the bouquet that had been thrown away. In a brief quiet between orders, Marcus pulled her into the stockroom and wrapped his arms around her.
From a trash bin to a royal chapel. We actually did it.
2 weeks later, Pamela Sterling walked into a high-end florist in West Hollywood, her resume clutched tight. The owner glanced at her name, then set it down. "I know who you are. We don't have anything for you."
I understand. Thank you for your time.
She stepped onto the street, the chime of the shop door, a tiny funeral bell. Her shoulders dropped. By afternoon, She packed the last of her apartment into 2 boxes. The frame from her first opening day lay on top. She walked to the bus stop on Camden Drive, a cardboard box on her hip, and sat on the bench. Her phone lit up with a trending headline: Royal Wedding Floral Designer Olivia Hayes prepares for Monaco.
I held her work in my hands and I threw it away. And now the world holds it up.
A single tear tracked down her cheek. She didn't wipe it. The bus pulled up, doors wheezing open. A quiet Saturday in the boutique. Olivia's phone showed a Monaco number. She answered, her voice calm.
Your Royal Highness, it's an honor to speak with you.
She listened for a long minute, eyes glistening, and when the call ended, she simply stared at the screen.
They said, my arrangements made the Queen cry. I can't believe it.
A glossy magazine lay open, From Inglewood to Royalty, the Olivia Hayes story, with her bouquet on the cover.
Everyone needs a day they're thrown away. It teaches you what you are actually made of.
The original bouquet, now under a permanent pin spot light, glowed like a sacred relic in its glass case. The little brass plaque beneath it read simply, Resilience.
Every petal that fell into that bin was a step toward this moment.
She touched the glass gently, then turned to the window. Somewhere in Monaco, her flowers were already waiting. Later that week, Olivia pulled up to the old Inglewood warehouse, its sign already removed. She had come to say goodbye. The key turned in the lock with a familiar rasp. Sunlight poured through the high windows, dancing in the empty space. Her hand rested on the rough wood of the old work table. A faint scent of jasmine still clung to the air.
Every stem I ever cut, every morning I was nobody, happened right here.
Then she saw it, a single white garden rose, dried but unbroken, lying on the windowsill where she'd left it long ago. She found a small glass vase in a box of forgotten supplies, filled it with water, and placed the dried rose inside. The vase went to the center of the empty table, a lone sentinel in the vast, silent room.
This is where it started. Now it's time to lock the door and not look back.
She walked out, the key cold in her hand. The lock clicked behind her, final and certain. She drove toward the coast, the warehouse shrinking in her rearview mirror. The future stretched out wide and bright. That evening, Olivia returned to her boutique. The sun was low, turning the windows into sheets of amber light. She stood by the window, her reflection ghosting over the quiet street. A delivery truck rounded the corner. Its side read Royal Wedding Florals in elegant script, the same crest from the news banner weeks ago. For a perfect second, the reflection of the truck and her own silhouette merged in the glass.
All those months hiding, and now the street wears my name.
She let go of a breath she didn't know she was holding. Then she smiled. The smile of someone who'd outlasted the storm. The camera pulled back through the shop, past the glowing bouquet case, the living walls, the nameless assistants closing up. Outside, the boutique stood like a jewel on Camden Drive, warm and alive as the streetlights began to hum above the palm trees. The sky deepened into indigo. A single star appeared, a tiny bright witness. Inside, Olivia turned from the window. Somewhere across the ocean, her flowers would soon open for a queen.